Just a minute or two away from kick-off. Burnley against Oldham Athletic in the Carlisle Cup. The skipper's making the way to the middle. Quickly through the sides for you. Burnley unchanged from Saturday. It's Jensen in goal. Duff right back. Kalvenes left back. Carlisle, Caldwell in the centre. Alexander will play the anchor role in front of the back four. Then Elliott, McDonald, McCann and Eagles in midfield. Paterson up front. On the bench, Penn, Guðjónsson, Akinbiyi, Mahon, a former finalist in this competition. Blake, Jordan and new signing Russell Anderson. He's joined this afternoon from Sunderland on a season-long loan. He'll be here all season. Former Aberdeen player, over 300 appearances for Aberdeen and a full Scottish international. And for the visitors, Oldham in goal, Greg Fleming, the former Gretna keeper. Right to left in defence, Eardley, Stam, Hazel, Lomax. In midfield, Whittaker, Elliott, Mayer and Taylor. Up front, Smalley and O'Grady. On the bench, Crossley, Kalala, Hughes. Got a hat-trick, of course, on Saturday. Stevens, Lee, Liddell and Alessandra. And it's going to be Burnley to defend the Jimmy Mack end. Almost ready to get underway. Burnley in their customary huddle. I think the referee Andy Penn's ready. Oldham will get us underway. Decent atmosphere. Plenty of noise certainly from the Oldham end. Cries have come on Burnley immediately. And an interesting game awaits. Andy Penn just checking with his assistants. Probably one of the smallest referees in the game, but always has decent games when I've seen him. And just a false start. Burnley too keen to get inside the centre circle. We're underway this time. It'll go to extra time and penalties if required. Immediately Lomax gets it forward. Burnley win the ball here, helped on by McDonald. Gave McCann a bit to do there. It's going to come down this left-hand side for Taylor. He's an Oldham lad. Ball back inside for Mayer. Mayer with the ball forward. All the way through to Jensen. Certainly looks like that 4-1 again, Dave.
Yeah, they're certainly playing the same formation again today. I think it's an opportunity really to try that out and see if they can make a little bit more of it and not keep Paterson quite as isolated today either.
Oh, that's true. He was at times on his own, particularly first half. There's an infringement there. Burnley got a free kick. Chris McCann just fouled. Free kick inside the centre circle, taken quickly. Here's Michael Duff, right back, remember, today. Picks out Elliott. Those two have worked well together in the past. Remember, Alexander in front of the back four again today. Hits that against Whittaker. He's got another chance here. Just touches it back to Clarke Carlisle, fresh from his 300th league appearance on Saturday. Paterson just can't collect that. It's come off his chest, and that'll be a throw for Athletic. Michael Duff not happy with the pressure in the ball, but releases it. And it's going to be a throw to the visitors. Lomax with it. Looks long towards Taylor. Header won by Elliott. Breaks here for Whittaker. He looks down the right-hand side. Eardley will come forward. Only 19, but skipper this evening. Not the best of balls. Easy one for Jensen to collect. Jensen's got the goalkeeping shirt, and he's worked hard to get that back. It was a good performance at Bury to get it back. Yeah, I mean, from all accounts, only saw the one game in pre-season, the home game, but he had a very good pre-season as well, so it seems to be well merited. Although Diego Penny at Sheffield Wednesday conceded 4 goals, but it was probably only the 3rd goal you can attribute any blame to him, really, I would say. Whatsoever, yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, difficult debut game for a keeper. It's a throw to Oldham, way on that far side. We'll come in again, I think, here, looking towards Taylor. He wins the header above Duff. Cleared though by Caldwell. Burnley need to get hold of the ball here. Whittaker will just touch it back for Oldham. Ball forward from Lomax, looking for Smalley to turn and chase, but Burnley win it through Carlisle. Here's McDonald, on for Elliott. Nice turn from Elliott, ups it on to McDonald. McDonald looking for the ball for Paterson. It's delivered and delivered well. Here's Paterson, looking to run at his man. Real chance here for Paterson. Side netting. Tried to beat the keeper one-on-one. Tried to squeeze it past him. Hit the side netting. But a lovely move from Burnley.
Yeah, good move down this right-hand side, good ball in, and Martin Paterson did tremendously well there to get his shot in. Unfortunately, just get a toe to it into the side netting, but good move from Burnley, and I think he's taken a little bit of a knock there. Seems to be running around a little bit gingerly, does Martin Paterson. He collided with the goalkeeper as he got his shot in. Let's hope he's all right after that.
You're right, the keeper had to come out quickly. Just got there ahead of him, but I think the keeper did a job. Certainly put him off. Flick on here, looking for Smalley, but well covered by Michael Duff. He played a part in that attack. Gets it down the left-hand side. Clearance from Kalvenes. But come back though. Kalvenes will deal with it again. Comfortable enough from the Norwegian. Ruben Hazel wins the next header. Chest down from Eagles. Doesn't quite work out. On that far side, Alex got the ball. Ball forward from Easley. Back from Carlisle to his keeper. Steady enough. Jensen will kick this off the floor. We've played almost 4 minutes. Best chance of the game to Martin Paterson. He's chasing this ball as well. Keep it just in play, I think. Tries to touch it back to Eagles. Eagles will have to be quick. The defender was strong. Won the ball, I thought. Is that going to be a throw? I think so. Was it?
Yeah, I thought it might have been a foul, but he's given the throw in there.
Taken quickly. Here's Kalvenes. Can't keep control of that. That's come off Kalvenes. So Oldham have got a throw. What do you make of the away strip?
Yeah, if you look across in the stand, they're the same colour as the stewards. I don't know whether that's an advantage to confuse the linesman.
If I was the linesman, I wouldn't be happy with that. We mentioned that before the start of the game. It will cause confusion, perhaps. Ball in here towards Whittaker. Well cut out by Elliott. Coming inside, working hard. Just touches it back to his skipper, Caldwell. Look long here, Caldwell, looking for Paterson. Ball over the top, didn't work out. Eardley with the next one. Burnley in possession here. Alexander just gets it wide to Duff. Wants it back, Graham Alexander. I thought he was the pick of the Burnley side at Palace. Just takes his time in possession. Just bringing the ball forward. Gets it wide for Kalvenes. Just helped it on to Eagles. Eagles flicks it on. Looking for McDonald. Burnley win the ball, though, through McCann. There's Hazel to clear it. Looking long towards O'Grady. Kalvenes to this one first. Touches it back to Jensen. Comfortable enough for the Burnley defence. Played 5 minutes. No goals. Here's Jensen. Just to kick this off the floor. Looking long, looking towards Paterson. I think Hazel will win that in the air, comfortable enough. Former Tranmere defender. Whittaker trying to win the next ball. Burnley working hard. It's gone down this left-hand side to Lomax. He might get it back here. Ball forward, though, from Mayer. Flick on. And this is Whittaker getting forward inside the Burnley half. Nice turn from the former Macclesfield man. He's looking for width. He hasn't really got any. Just caught the referee with that pass, but he's still in possession. Just helped along the line from Mayer. He's going to get it back here, the former Southend man. Looking to pick out Taylor. It could be a danger man today. Duff into him strongly and unfairly. Just caught the back of his heels. That'll be a free kick. No real doubt, but I think there was a bit of contact.
Yeah, it made it look worse than it was. I think it didn't catch him with his feet. He kind of caught him with his arm going through. It was definite foul on this near side, 10 yards out.
Taken quickly. Here's Lomax. He'll put a ball in right foot. It's not a bad ball. Carlisle with the header away. But they need to be the first to the loose ball. They're not. Here's Taylor trying to get away from McCann, but McCann's done well. Leaves it here for Elliott. Nothing really up for him. Eagles is there. Takes it down almost on the halfway line. Uses Paterson, looking to get it back, but he's asked a lot of Eagles. Touch back all the way back by Eardley to his keeper. Remember, no Mark Crossley in the goal today. It's Greg Fleming, former Gretna keeper. And Burnley just trying to win it back on that far side. It's with Eardley once more. Touches inside for Mayer. Going to get it back. Eardley just 19, already a senior cap for Wales. And he'll get it back again here. Nice touch inside. Whittaker will just help it on. Thought there was a hint of offside there, and the linesman obliges with his flag. No doubt about that. Smalley just caught offside. Referee happy to play on because Burnley were in possession. Here's Duff inside for Carlisle. Carlisle quickly for McCann. Here's Alexander once more. Bit of space for Kalvenes down that left, and well spotted by the former Preston Scottish international. Ball in, headed away, comfortable enough, but here's Alexander once more, looking wide again for Kalvenes. Good distribution. Kalvenes took it down well, nips past one, ball inside here, half a chance for Burnley, shot from McCann, just over the bar, hit it well, just couldn't keep it down, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's dangerous in that range, as Chris McCann. When he got his left foot on the edge of the box, he's always going to have a go from there if he's got the space, and he certainly did there, and it was only just kind of maybe a yard or so over there. Good chance for Burnley.
Yeah, it was good link-up play as well. Alexander and Kalvenes involved, and you want Chris McCann just to be shooting at every opportunity, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly, just looking at the replay there, just went over, but Burnley certainly had some space over on that left-hand side on the edge of the box, and Chris McCann's the sort of player who's not afraid to give it a go.
Well, every opportunity, he'll be encouraged. Carlisle wins the header, but only for the benefit of the visitors. Ball through the middle, it's going to come back, I think, to Mayer here. Just puts it in again towards Smalley, trying to head it on for O'Grady. Duff will clear his lines here, calmly as well. Here's Alexander. Uses Elliott. Lomax getting close to him. Ball inside here for Alexander. Alexander does well. Eagles were desperate for the ball on the left-hand side. Caldwell just helps it on to Kalvenes. Eagles comes inside to try and collect. It's a longer ball. Looking for Paterson. And there's Ruben Hazel to win it. It'll be a throw to the Clarke. It's halfway inside the Oldham half, down the Burnley left. The dugouts have switched around. What do you make of that?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a tactical decision there, possibly. I think the interesting thing with the benches today is the fact that can they fit all the substitutes on there?
They're hanging either side, I think. Elliott couldn't just collect that pass, but he nicks it off Taylor. In strongly's McDonald, but Taylor's got it off Duff. Comes away. Promising player, this lad. Only 20. I know one or two of the clubs, bigger clubs, have had a look, but happy with Oldham, his hometown club at the minute. Here's Lomax. Right-footed, but plays left back. Ball forward. Good running from Chris O'Grady, former Rotherham man. He'll try and get a ball in here. He's under pressure from Carlisle. Lomax once more. Taylor looking to flick it on towards O'Grady. It's a good, strong challenge from Clarke. Carlisle wins himself a throw. The big man did well there, Carlisle.
Yeah, he did. He was down his behind and managed to clear that ball out and managed to win the throw as well.
It's a difference when Carlisle's in the side, I think. Added competition with the signing of Russell Anderson this afternoon. Good signing for Burnley. Full Scottish international. There's Eagles helping it on to Alexander. Burnley playing some good football, but Hazel on hand to deal with that long ball. That'll be a throw to Burnley. The Burnley dugout will be nearer the players' entrance when all the Turf Moor work's done. I'm sure Owen Coyle happier to be at that half of the ground. Ball forward from Cole. It's offside here against Paterson. Just got to watch that, as he's always keen to get behind the defence. Just got to be careful not to stray offside. Yeah,
it's borderline, that one. I think is the sort of player who'll take a chance, and maybe one or two will come off and he'll get free, and it'll be worthwhile for Burnley.
Well, Grady battling away with McCann, but Chris McCann comes away with the ball. Finds Kalvenes. Long ball forward from him. Again looking for Paterson. Can't reach that. It'll go all the way through to Greg Fleming. Immediately rolls it out for Dutchman Stefan Stam. Here's Mayer looking down this left-hand side for Taylor. He wasn't going to reach that. He wanted the ball further forward. Makes it clear to Kevin Mayer what he wanted. And Burnley will have themselves a throw. Not really settled the game yet. We've had 11 minutes, no score. Burnley 0, Oldham Athletic 0. Ball back with Clarke. Carlisle. Square for skipper Caldwell. Thought he had a good game at Sellers Park on Saturday. Feeds Eagles. Nice feet from Chris Eagles. Comes away from his man. Looks for Elliott. Super ball. If Elliott can keep this in play. Let's see who's in the middle. He'll get a cross in here. Looking deep towards the far post. Header on target. Good goal. Super goal. Chris McCann with the header. Super finish. And Burnley got the advantage on 12 minutes. Super move. Great ball from Eagles. And what a good finish in the end. It's a great cross in from Wade Elliott. Burnley deserved that. It's a good finish.
Yeah, great move down the right-hand side, and Wade Elliott did wonderfully to get that ball in, and well over the keeper. Keeper left stranded, and good header in. I think looking at the pitch looks to have quite a bit of grass on it, and that probably helped the ball hold up slightly there. Just helped him get to the byline and get the cross in. Did the grass?
Yeah, you're right. Held it up. What a good header it was, though, because it was a little bit behind him.
Yeah, he kind of glanced it in, didn't he? Side of his head and into the corner of the goal. It was a fantastic score for Burnley.
Lovely move, lovely team move. Chris Eagles started it, but Elliott got onto the ball. Perhaps the turf just helped him, as Dave said, just held it up a little bit. Important Burnley got the first goal, I think.
Yeah, we said that before the game, that we certainly didn't want to concede, but scoring the first goal is always a big advantage.
It's back with the skipper, Stephen Caldwell. Here's Alexander. Ball forward from Caldwell, looking for Paterson, but Ruben Hazel will win that comfortably. Here's Kalvenes with the next ball. Paterson can't play any parties offside. Hazel will just head it back to his keeper. No chance for the keeper. McCann's header was right in the corner, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, it's just showing the replay of it again there. It was slightly behind him and just managed to glance it into the corner. Keeper had no chance. Burnley 1-0. Yeah, what Owen Coyle would tell you, in this formation, your midfielders have got to get forward and get on the end of things like that. And that's just what Chris McCann wants to do. He's a player who could score a lot of goals from midfield, helped on by Elliott. The Eagles doing well. Wants Elliott to play a part here, but Taylor got back. Lomax inside for Mayer. Mayer will look on this right-hand side now. He's got Eardley able to come forward. Eardley needs support from Mark Hallett. Gets it. Bang on the halfway line. Eardley once more. He'll look to clip a ball in here. It's long. I think that's Jensen's. He comes out very quickly. Gets there. Makes it his own. It was a sort of typical Owen Coyle goal, wasn't it? It was a footballing goal.
Yeah, good move down the right-hand side and ball well forward, spotted Wade Elliott going down the flank, and that's what he does best. I think there's been once or twice this season where he's been a little bit narrow. There he had opportunity to get a bit of width and certainly paid dividends for Burnley.
I've spoken to one or two fans since Saturday, and they just want Elliott to do what he does well. Ball forward here for McCann. He's running onto this nicely. Oh, and he's got caught there for me. But it's a ball onto Kalvenes. We're playing on because Burnley in possession. Kalvenes looks for the shot. It's palmed away. Might fall for McDonald here. Shot over the bar. Skied it. Kalvenes did well. He wanted to get on with it quickly and put a decent shot in.
Yeah, but shot came in. Keeper saved it. Looked to come out to the hand of an Oldham player there. Looked like it could have been a good shout for a penalty.
Yeah, it's one you'd have to have a look at again. He certainly parried the keeper. And it just fell kindly for McDonald. He's got a good shot, but on that occasion, dragged it high. Goal kick for the Latics. Burnley leading here by a goal to 0. Chris McCann's first of the season. Got 5 last year. Here's Taylor. Chris Taylor, done well. Picks out Mayer. Mayer down to Kelvin Lomax. Kevin Mayer will get it again. I'll have to go wide for Eardley. Promising player. That's not his best first touch. Clears it left-footed. Nearly gave it away to McDonald. And Hallett having to work hard. Second spell at the club. Clears it forward. Cut out well by Caldwell. Feeds Eagles. Burnley playing with a newfound confidence. Here's Eagles. Got caught there. Not the best of challenges. Perhaps not malicious. And Burnley will have a free kick. Interesting that Kalvenes is getting forward a lot.
Yeah, he's playing some good balls down that wing. I think that's one thing for Burnley, is they can't just be reliant on Wade Elliott down the right-hand side. They need to have options down both sides.
Given away, unfortunately, by Burnley. And this is a good break for Dean Smalley. He's got a bit of pace. He's looking for options in the middle. Whittaker's getting there. It's hit Caldwell. That's the first corner of the evening. Just a bit sloppy from Burnley. Gave possession away there.
Yeah, they did, and I think we were just kind of saved there by his final touch. Kind of went a bit too far. He managed to get the ball in, but managed to win the corner from it. Probably slightly fortunate to get the corner because it looked like the ball was getting away from him, coming out of play.
Yep, corner it is. First of the night. But he just cut off a mark up here. It'll come in, I think, from Mark Hallett. He goes back to Eardley. He's got a different angle here. Puts a deep cross in towards the far post. Not kept in play. And that'll be a Burnley goal kick. It was a different angle, and just for a minute you were worried that they were going to get in at the far post.
Yeah, a little bit static there, Burnley. Quickly taken corner, and Burnley seemed to have a majority of the players in the 18-yard box, and Oldham had quite an opportunity to get a ball in. Unfortunately, for them, just went too far. But yeah, it was a good move from Oldham.
60 minutes played. Burnley have got the advantage. Chris McCann's first of the season. It'll be the first in many, hopefully. Header won by Hazel. It's going to fall for Kalvenes. On to Eagles. Eagles hurried by Eardley. Didn't have time in possession. That'll be an Oldham throw. Eardley with it. Looking long. Flicked on. But can't reach O'Grady. And Burnley will come away again through Alexander. Looking purposeful. Waiting for options. Gets one from Michael Duff. Header on, but it's not found his man. Look disappointed. Finds Lomax. Here's O'Grady. Helped it on nicely for Whittaker. Will just keep it in play. Just. I think he has. There's no problem there. Burnley certainly appealed, but Danny Whittaker kept it in play. The linesman happy enough. Kalvenes just helps it on to Eardley. Might just bounce back here to Mayer once more. Kalvenes just on the ball. Digs one out, looking down this left-hand side for Taylor. Oh, nice turn from O'Grady. Has he got the better of Carlisle? Has a shot, wide of the target. It was physical, and on that occasion, Carlisle just lost out.
Yeah, it was kind of 6 to 1 and a half dozen to the other. I think the Oldham player managed to get a tug in first, then Carlisle did the same, and the referee probably saw them both and thought, well, I'll let it go, which is a good referee. He's not really had to be too whistle happy so far, and he's not really noticed him too much, which in 18 minutes into a game, as far as referees are concerned, is a good thing.
He's a decent referee for me. He's had some good games when Burnley been involved. Bit of pushing and shoving between Hazel and Paterson. It's going to come through to Jensen. Just helped it on to Kalvenes. Norwegian will want to lay this forward. Does do. Looking for Paterson. Nice ball. Hazel onto him quickly. Looked to foul. And Andy Penn agrees. Got to be careful how you lay that ball forward for Paterson. He's not going to win everything in the air, is he, obviously?
No, he's not the tallest of players. You're sometimes better, I think, playing it to feet, down. And he's the sort of player as well. He's not totally central. He will go a little bit wide as well, but he can do that. He's got the pace to do it. And you just play it in the channels a little bit, and it gives you another option.
Short one is Eagles running into the box. Might fancy a crack here. It's easily blocked. Needs to win the next ball and just help it on. Got knocked over too easily there. The referee's seen a foul. It's gone Burnley's way. Elliott on Eagles. Free kick for the Clarets. And Burnley will take the time. He should do, I think, here, because Caldwell will come forward. Carlisle already in there. Duff coming late towards the far post, aimed towards Duff. Wins the header, but it'll be cleared. Comfortable enough in the end by Hazel. Here's Taylor, who's just stayed up. Just turned Alexander. He's got support down the right-hand side. Oldham coming forward in numbers. Just a worry here for Burnley with Smalley in possession. Eardley will help it on. There's men in the middle. It's not the best of crosses from the promising fullback. And Oldham didn't make the most of that.
Yeah, it was a waste. They had a move there with probably 2 men free on the right-hand side, and the final ball again let Oldham down there. Yeah,
they'll be disappointed. John Sheridan will be disappointed. He's decided to rest 1 or 2 today. We did expect Lee Hughes perhaps on the team sheet. Mark Crossley's been in goal. Andy Liddell, Lewis Alexander. So certainly 4 first teamers rested. Burnley, same 11 that took the field at Selhurst Park on Saturday. It's Brian Jensen with the goal kick. Burnley attacking left to right, leading here by 1-0. Chris McCann on target with a fine header. Lomax wins that one. Alexander looking to take it down, get it wide for Kalvenes. Helped on to Eagles. Nice play from Burnley. Flick from McCann. Gets it back here. That's nice play. Paterson, nice touch back to McCann. Here's McDonald. He'll have a look up here. Probably see Michael Duff down this right-hand side. He's got Elliott with him. McDonald's continued his run if he can get there. Might still do that, but good covering from Whittaker. Here's Taylor. Away come Oldham once more. O'Grady to pick it up on the halfway line. Touch finds Whittaker. Taylor wants the ball back here down this left-hand side. Not the best of balls, unfortunately, for Oldham. And Burnley have got themselves a throw. Just broke down there for Burnley, but there's been some nice football at the back, particularly.
Yeah, some good passing forward in that move as well. 3 or 4 crisp passes, and that's sometimes what you need to break sides down, and just didn't quite pay off in the end, but a good move from Burnley.
Cleared here by Lomax. Work for Cole, but O'Grady just got there ahead of him. Gets it back off Smalley. And O'Grady's got a bit of pace going down that right-hand side, looking to tease Kalvenes. The defender's done well, but it's going to be a shot just wide of the target. Kalvenes came back to put in a challenge that perhaps put O'Grady off. And that'll be a goal kick for Burnley. What sort of role do you think Alexander's playing now? I mean, obviously it's a change that Owen Coyle made on Saturday. Gives it a bit more stability at the back.
Yeah, he's certainly playing that role in between the midfield and the back four, and you could see that actually. There was a point there where he looked to be going forward, then kind of must have been on his mind that he's playing that defensive role, and he did take a step back rather than going forward and leaving the back four exposed.
Good ball from Paterson. Another run here from Chris McCann. Just caught the defender. That'll be a free kick. Again, McCann buzzing forward, getting forward beyond the attack.
Yeah, belated whistle there from the referee. I think the crowd might have got that one for him.
Burnley do have a good record against Oldham here. They've won 8 of the last 11 here. And Owen Coyle want to keep that run going tonight. They lead by 1-0. Caldwell with a header. Here's Hazel. Good forward header, but it'll go all the way through to Jensen. Got his place back with a performance at Bury, including a fantastic double save off Andy Bishop. Eagles just trying to keep that in play. Might just manage it. Will give Eardley something to think about. Up against 2, and Eardley comes away somehow with the ball. Clears it long. Just a push there by O'Grady. Chris O'Grady, spotted by the linesman on the far side, just helping the referee out. And that'll be a free kick to Burnley. Remember, Plymouth at home on Saturday. Then there's a international break. Burnley away at Forest on Saturday, the 13th of September. Ball back inside for Elliott. Finds McDonald. Ball forward, just couldn't quite find Paterson. Cleared by Hazel. Ball back here towards Eardley. Give him a bit to do. Had to go with his head. Caldwell wins the next header. But he just got caught after the ball had gone, and the referee agrees. Chris O'Grady can't believe it, but I think that was just about the right decision. A lot of controversy on Saturday, wasn't it, with the sending off? Have you seen them on TV since?
Yeah, well, it's one of those that, when you get booked for dissent, then you're always walking a tightrope. Then it was not too long after that when he got his marching orders for the second yellow card, Sean Derry.
Worse on TV, actually. I don't think the referee can be blamed. I think he got those sending off decisions bob on. And as Owen Coyle said, I think Schoolcraft may have even gone for the first one on another day. Throw to Burnley. Kalvenes with it. Just goes short from McCann. Back to Kalvenes. Loves coming forward, the Norwegian. In possession, just gets it back inside. Burnley linking well. Here's Alexander once more. Clips one in. There's Duff coming at the far post. That caused confusion for Lomax. Did get a clearance. Burnley trying to win the next ball. It's cleared in the end by Stam. Kalvenes trying to win it. It's bouncing around in there. And away come Oldham with Mayer. Mayer's picked out Taylor. Duff just caught forward and Taylor's kept this in play. There's cover with Elliott. Dangerous player, Taylor, just inside for Whittaker. Cut out by Burnley. Alexander to the loose ball. Thought he got caught. The referee doesn't agree. Here's Mayer inside the Burnley half. Lays it forward for O'Grady. McDonald wins it. O'Grady caught him. Not the best of challenges. And Andy Penn's going to have a word here. I think Chris O'Grady had put one or two challenges in. To be fair to Kevin McDonald, he's got himself straight back up. Yeah,
I mean, it was a poor challenge, though. I think the very, very late coming in, and I think the referee might just be a little bit lenient with him there. I think later on in the game that would have been a definite yellow, but perhaps it's the first poor challenge that we've seen, really, that he's got away with that one.
It's Andy Penn's way, and in lots of respects that's got to be applauded. He speaks to players. Strong words, I'm sure, for Chris O'Grady. One or two boos from the crowd, but what you don't want is a fistful of cards. It doesn't suit any team. Here's Duff, just helps it on to Elliott. Ball inside for McDonald, gets it back to Duff. Super goal from Burnley. They lead by a goal to 0. Header one here at the back by Stam. He might just break on that far side. Smalley just helps it on. Mayer for O'Grady. Nice touch from O'Grady. Just helps it on once more for Elliott. Back inside for Mayer. This is better from Oldham. Coming forward here is Kelvin Lomax. Elliott needs to get back with him. Lomax has got space. Elliott's caught him, and he'll be called to him, and that's a booking. Yeah.
Fair there for the other challenge to get away without a yellow card, and the next one that Burnley made, which was poor challenge, but no worse than the one that the Oldham player got away with.
That'll be the point that Graham Alexander's making to Andy Penn. Certainly similar in lots of ways, but Wade Elliott gets his name taken. He was just caught, maybe out of position by a yard or two, chasing back, cut across him. It was a foul, but probably no more than that. But anyway, free kick to the visitors. There's a player down. I don't think the referee's seen that. He has now. Don't know what happens here. He's going to have to go off for treatment. He wants to play on, and the player gets himself back up. Mayer with the free kick, swings it in. It's a dangerous one. Hazel was close, but just evaded him. Behind for a goal kick. Taylor made for a diving header, but Hazel couldn't get on the end of it. Pushing and shoving his man. Burnley taking it quickly, and Chris McCann trying to get on the end of it. Was he caught again? He was, right on the edge of the box. Quick free kick from Burnley. That's clever. It suits Chris McCann because he's got pace when he collects the ball in that way.
Yeah, quick thinking there, and ball forward, and caught straight off, right on the edge of the box, probably only about a yard, 2 yards outside, and Chris Eagles has got the ball in his hands, is ready for this one. I think being right-footed, this is perfect position for him.
Another word with Elliott. Whether Elliott's just said, well, come on, you just booked me minutes ago. And it's a strong word. Could be last warning here for Wade Elliott. Has he said something out of turn? Looks strong stuff, doesn't it, from the referee?
Yeah, he was having words with the referee after the initial booking that he got, and obviously it's carried on down there. The referee's saying he's having no more of that by the looks of it.
Obviously working for the FA these days. Nick Vivers was telling about the respect code And our referees are going to stamp down on dissent. He wasn't happy with what Wade Elliott had to tell him there. Burnley, let's have to watch that one. Free kick though, just outside the box. 28 minutes on the watch. Referee happy the wall's back. I think Eagles will hit this. It's hit hard against the wall. Might fall here for Elliott. Can he clip in a ball? He can. He's looking towards the far post. Chris McCann trying to get on the end of it. And there was the keeper. Fleming to collect. It's lifted the away following. Fleming looks with a kick immediately. Gets away with it. Picks out O'Grady. Good challenge from Kalvenes. Concedes the throw. Just didn't quite work out. Eagles kept it down but hit the wall.
Yeah, they had a runner as well who was about a yard away when the ball was hit, and the ball came across. Elliott tried to float it in, but I think in those positions you probably had your best chance when the initial shot goes in.
Sometimes you only get one chance. I do agree with what you're saying there, and the runner will be there right up on the ball immediately. It probably wasn't 10 yards to start with. Whittaker back to Lomax. Oldham on the attack. It's back here with Stefan Stam, the Dutchman. Square for Ruben Hazel. Helped on in turn, hit down that right-hand side for skipper tonight, Neil Eardley. Cut out though by Caldwell. Thumps it forward. Easy one for Fleming to collect. He rolls it out for Hazel. Oldham a football inside. Owen Coyle knows John Sheridan well. Here's Stam. Long ball from him. Pumps it down that right-hand side looking for Smalley. Kalvenes did well to jump with him. Concedes the throw. Just push Smalley wider, I think, on Kalvenes in these last 5-10 minutes. Here's Eardley. Puts the ball in. Looking for Taylor. Duff with him. Taylor wins the header. Falls to the floor somewhat dramatically. Burnley need to clear the lines. Carlisle on hand to do that. Elliott just helps it on. Looking for McCann, who's had a busy half. Had a good half for Burnley. Here's Elliott once more. Just cuts away from his man. Ball forward. That's a nice ball. Helped on here by McCann. Just offside, Eagles. That must have been close. It's a good touch from McCann, and that must have been very, very close.
It looked onside to me. Interesting to see the replay on that one, but the linesman's flag was up straight away there.
He shipped in on immediately, McCann. I didn't think Eagles was offside with the first ball. Maybe just started his run too early for the linesman. Free kick it is to Oldham. Coming up to the half-hour mark here at Turf Moor. Carling Cup second round tie. Burnley have got the advantage by a goal to nil. Chris McCann's first of the season. Ball forward, well won by Kalvenes. Might just break here for Mayer. He's thumped it forward into the Bob Lord stand. Could be a throw to Burnley. The overall record in these games, Burnley 14 wins, Oldham 6, 4 draws. Burnley won here 3-0. Same stage of the competition, same week of the football season. Gray, Blake and Akinbiyi the scorers. Probably a result that flattered Burnley a little bit. Given away by Eagles. Kalvenes dived in with the challenge, won it. Looked like it had Hazel on the hand, but it was accidental, probably. Stam with the ball forward. Finds Elliott in a little bit of space. Second spell at Oldham. Picks out his man. Picks out Whittaker. Just back here to Mayer. And to Eardley once more. Loves coming forward, the fullback. Just pegged in a little bit by Eagles. Ball forward. Header won by Carlisle. There's Caldwell. Those two on their toes, particularly with Russell Anderson waiting on the bench. This will be Carlisle just to tidy up behind Chris McCann. He's had a good half. Here's Michael Duff on for Alexander. Alexander will have a look up. One ball forward. Again looking for McDonald. Trying to head it down for Duff. Duff's done well. Trying to help it on to Elliott. But there's Taylor once more. Working hard. And Burnley just going to have to get men back here. Lomax coming forward. Almost on the halfway line. Uses Whittaker. Whittaker gets it wide for Eardley. That's a good ball. And the full-back will come forward once more. Picks out Smalley. Remember Plymouth at home on Saturday for Burnley. It's gone out of play on that far side. It'll be a throw to Burnley. Owen Coyle and Sandy Stewart just on the edge of the technical area with some instructions. Would imagine the gaffer will be reasonably pleased so far. Super goal to open the scoring. It's back with Jensen. He helped it on to Clarke Carlisle. Chris McCann one shy of 100 league games for Burnley. That'll be Saturday. And Stephen Cole will, if selected, will play his 50th league game. Good ball forward, finds McCann once more. That's a heavy ball, unfortunately. Did everything right, and the pass for Eagles just too much on it. Ran away for a goal kick. Got to keep encouraging Chris McCann to make those runs.
Yeah, I got the impression he might have been caught in two minds there. He probably would have been better taking the ball forward himself and trying to get a shot on goal. But yeah, pushed the ball forward way too hard, and Eagles was never going to get anywhere near that.
Encourage him to be selfish on every opportunity there, wouldn't you? Take it on a pace and just crack it with that lovely left foot. Goal kick taken by Fleming. looking for Smalley. Header won comfortably by Alexander. That's where he helps the defence as well, winning headers in front of the back line. Here's Stamp. Ball forward from him. Cut out here by Duff. Wins the header, wins it cleanly. A battle for Chris McCann and Kevin McDonald. Whittaker comes away. Burnley in strongly through McCann. Concedes the throw. He's got a bit of everything, hasn't he, Chris McCann in midfield? He can tackle.
Yeah, he's certainly got a bit of bite in there, and he's got pace as well, and he's got the height. He's a very good prospect for the future, as we all know.
Here's Stefan Stamp, left-footed forward, looking for Chris O'Grady. Cut out by Michael Duff, won the header, won it cleanly. Here's Elliott, just inside for McDonald. Heavy touch from McDonald, unfortunately, but he's got himself the throw. I thought that was Oldham's throw, must be said. The referee just indicating it came off an Oldham shin. Not sure about that one, to be honest, but it is Burnley's throw with Michael Duff. Uses Elliott, played a big part in the goal. Onto Graham Alexander. Kalvenes buzzing down that left-hand side. He'll do well to reach that. Will do just, but it was a heavy touch to keep it in play, and Oldham come away with it. Ball forward, looking for Chris O'Grady. Kalvenes out of position here. If Oldham can take advantage, looking for Taylor through the middle. Duff was good. He was onto it quickly, just knocked it out of play. Couldn't take any chances. Had to stay with the runner, and that's just what he did. Throw taken quickly. Taylor might get this back. He's offside. That would have been close, I think. But it's Burnley's free kick. Did well there, Michael Duff, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, safety first, put the ball out. I think in his first year or two at the club, we saw that he wanted to dribble the ball out, and I think he's learned over time that the right thing there is to belt the ball out for a throw-in, safety first.
It's percentages, isn't it? And I think that's what he was doing there. Back in the Northern Ireland squad, of course. Got named today with Paterson for their World Cup qualifiers. And we'll watch those with interest. Kicked out of play by Jensen. Not his best kick. 10 minutes left in this first half. Carling Cup second round. Chris McCann has given Burnley the lead here. Carlisle wins the header. Gets the header back to his keeper somehow. And it'll be Jensen to kick this off the floor. Looking long towards Paterson. Hazel with him. I thought he pushed him to the floor there. Referee shakes his head. I thought that was an infringement, but nothing given. Smalley just trying to flick that on. Time here for Caldwell. Just ball inside for Alexander. Going to get it back. Again, that's where Alexander plays a part. He takes the sting out of the attacks. Kalvenes wide. Lovely first touch on his left foot. Ball forward. Finds Eagles. Just want Eagles in the game a little bit more. Played a big part in the goal. He's on a run here now. Just helps it on. Might fall for Elliott on his left-hand side. Takes a touch. Comes inside. Might hit it left-footed. Not overrun it. Cleared easily. It was Mayer that won the challenge. Ball over the top looking for O'Grady. The keeper's out, Jensen. Good clear contact. One or two runners offside. Stam won the header. McCann wins the next ball. Eagles can't reach it. Hazel gets it away. Sloppy stuff just for the minute. But here's Michael Duff in possession. Ball inside for Eagles. What can Eagles do with this one? Turns back inside. Then turns back away from Whittaker. Uses Alexander. Alexander helping it on. Having a good game, Graham Alexander. Wants the ball all the time. That's noticeable. Gets it back again inside the centre circle. Looking long for Michael Duff. He couldn't just reach it. Catches the ball. And that'll be a throw to Oldham. Quick word from Chris Eagles with the referee. We'll be careful. Ball forward from Lomax. Looking for Chris O'Grady. Just got a boot in the face there, Clarke Carlisle. He's okay. O'Grady just stretching to try and reach it. It'll be a throw to Oldham. Remember, they've made a superb start to the League One season. They're top of that division. 3 out of 3 in the league. 1 on penalties against Rochdale in the previous round. What Owen Coyle will not want tonight is extra time and penalties. I'm sure John Sheridan doesn't want it either.
What Owen Coyle wants tonight is a clean sheet.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He'd be happy with things as they stand. Burnley leading by a goal to 0. That ball forward looking for Chris O'Grady. Good work here once more from Michael Duff to get it back to Jensen. It's Plymouth at home, remember, on Saturday. Burnley need a win in the league. Perhaps a little unfortunate not to get it at Palace. Didn't look a lot wrong with the goal. Headed back by Lomax. Chris McCann disallowed, of course, on Saturday. Here's Heardley, gets it down the flank, looking for Smalley. But they might collect this with Eagles. Done well here, Chris Eagles. Helps it on neatly to Kalvenes. Kalvenes will get forward at every opportunity. Here's Chris McCann once more. Helps it on to Paterson. He'll get it back, Chris McCann. Shot just wide. That's unfortunate. A good effort. Super run. Went back for the return. Just wide.
Yeah, great 1-2 there. I think it kind of looked like it might have come off his shin in the end, but it was a good ball through. Goalkeeper just came out and put him off enough there, but good move again by Burnley down the middle, and unlucky not to be two goals up.
Yeah, it could have been, a hat-trick in the first half for Chris McCann. He's that type of player, and he's loving this more advanced role. Just waiting for the action replay on the big screen. He just played a lovely 1-2 with Paterson, got it back. I think he was torn maybe between right foot and left foot, wasn't he?
Yeah, the defender was coming in behind as well, so and the keeper advancing forward, so it was a difficult chance to take that one.
Burnley with the throw, halfway inside their own half. We've got 7 minutes left in this first half. It's Chris McCann with the only goal so far. Kalvenes just knocked that ball out of play. It'll be a throw to Oldham. Oldham have kept plugging on, haven't they, to be fair to them?
Yeah, they've had a few decent balls forward. I think it's just that last ball in, really, that's let them down a little bit. Otherwise, they could have been giving Brian Jensen a bit more trouble than they have done.
One player that has caught the eyes, Chris Taylor, down this left-hand side. He looks a handful at times. That would have been a free kick, the linesman flagging, but the ball's gone all the way through to Jensen. Andy Penn did the right thing. There was no danger, let the game go on. Jensen with the kick, left-footed. The target's Eagles this time, flicks it on, looking for Paterson, but Hazel again wins it in there, but only as far as Eagles. So what he can do here is looking wide towards Elliott. Elliott took it down neatly, uses Michael Duff on the halfway line. Central, Duff will come forward, looking to feed Eagles. Lovely leave. Trying to find Paterson, who tried to then link with Eagles, but it didn't quite work out. Now, needs to be sensible here, Elliott, because Duff's out of position. Taylor's come inside. Maybe it'd have been better going down the wing and exploit that gap. He's got support, though, I think, from Lomax coming forward. I think Mayer spotted him, and Lomax will collect this. He's right-footed, so he'll turn inside, I think, on his right foot to try and get the cross in. Uses Mayer once more. Oldham on the attack. Clips a ball in, looking for O'Grady. Headed won by Carlisle, but it might just break here for Elliott and get it wide once more for Smalley. He's got a bit of pace, turn of pace. Looks to get a cross in. Cut out by Burnley, but not properly cleared. Kalvenes has got a chance to get it away, and still got another chance to get it away, and did well. Second time of asking. Clears it for a throw. He's a determined fullback, isn't he?
Yeah, he's looked impressive tonight. I think he's done well going forward as well as defensively. I think there's certainly no complaints tonight in that position.
Notice John Harley played in midfield at the weekend. Chris O'Grady trying to chase this. Michael Duff to be the first to the loose ball. Finds Alexander, who is available in that midfield role. Uses Duff. 5 minutes left of this first half. Nice play here from Burnley. Here's McDonald. Just uses Elliott once more. Ball inside for Eagles. He'll fancy a run here maybe at Ruben Hazel. Has a shot from distance, well wide of the target, but got some power on it. And you'd always encourage players to have a crack.
Yeah, he looked a little bit reluctant at first there to go forward, and he did eventually take the shot, but well wide in the end.
Yeah, he'll get his quarter of goals, I'm sure. Just a quick goal kick. Oldham play it from the back. Here's Eardley once more, looking for O'Grady. Won't quite reach that, I don't think, but Carlisle's got work to do as he comes across, just to help out his defence. Clearance here from Kalvenes out of play. Oldham coming into the game a little bit in the last 5 or 10 minutes. And that'll worry Owen Coyle a little bit. Here's Stefan Stamp coming forward. Just looks to link with Whittaker. Whittaker helps it on to O'Grady. There is support, and O'Grady just needs some help. That's a great challenge. Super challenge from Burnley, from the skipper Stephen Caldwell. Paterson on a chase, but I think Hazel and the keeper, always the favourite here. The keeper's out. Dumb as it, and lets it go behind for a goal kick. What he is an out ball, isn't he, Paterson, with his pace in that situation? Yeah,
it certainly gives you an option. I think when they stretch the back, they know they can always have to be on the toes, and it's a mile offside. The defence know they have to be on their toes. They can probably keep 2 or 3 of them busy, and obviously make space for other players as well.
Yeah, Chris Taylor was offside. Free kick to Burnley. 3 times semi-finalists Burnley in this competition. 1961 Villa defeated, 1969 Swindon, then of the 3rd division, got past Burnley in the semi-final and defeated Arsenal in the final. And then in 1983 super effort against Liverpool, beat them here in the second leg. Long ball forward, Fleming will cut this out right on the edge of his area, rolls it out for Eardley. Paterson goes across to close him down, but Eardley will look long here, I think. Comes inside Paterson, gives it Mayer with a long ball forward looking for Smalley. The skipper on his game, just knocks it out of play on that far side for a throw. Inside the final 3 minutes of this half, Oldham pushing on at the end of the half. They trail by a goal to 0, but a cross in, it's a dangerous one. Jensen needs to collect this. Was he impeded? No, he collected it anyway. Maybe the 3rd time of asking, under pressure from O'Grady.
Yeah, the referee was ready to blow up for a foul. He played advantage there. Definitely seen an infringement on Brian Jensen.
Yeah, I think he was caught by O'Grady. Good for the referee just to keep the play going, I think. That's what the fans want. Burnley need to win the ball in the middle of the pot. McCann just helps it on. Eardley lets it go out for the throw. I don't think there'll be too much time added on. Maybe just a minute. But we'll wait and see what the fourth official's got to say. It's with Ruben Hazel. He'll help it on to Stefan Stamp. Across the back line for Oldham. Long ball forward from the Dutchman. O'Grady will battle once more with Carlisle. He's won a lot in the air, Clarke Carlisle. McDonald and Carlisle going for the same ball, but Carlisle got there. Long boot forward. Cut out here by Stamp. Square for Eardley. Just to recap, Russell Anderson has signed for Burnley this afternoon. Season-long loan. Problem here with Smalley just getting behind the defence a little. Down that right-hand side. Can he whip it across? Kalvenes trying to stick with him. Smalley's got one or two tricks and runs into Kalvenes. That looked a bit soft to me. I think Kalvenes just stood his ground.
Yeah, he stood his ground, and obviously the linesman flagged for it, but quite how he saw a free kick there and in that direction, I'll never know.
Sure, the referee was that interested, to be honest. Free kick to the visitors down the right-hand side, just outside the box. Plenty up. Hazel needs to be watched here. He was close to the equaliser earlier. I think it's Mayer with the free kick. He's going to clip it in towards the far post. Burnley have got to mark up here and be absolutely certain they're picking everybody up. The referee wants Oldham to get on with it. The wall's set. It's not 10 yards, I don't think, but it's set. It's swung in. All bit of space for Whittaker. Has a shot blocked. Still bouncing around in there. Still not cleared. Whittaker has a shot. Volleyed over the bar. And Burnley, last question, how Whittaker got so much space there.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking Burnley just need to keep it tight this last couple of minutes of the half and make sure they go into the half-time break with the 1-0 lead intact, but certainly dangerous move. The ball was pinging around inside the penalty box there and could have gone absolutely anywhere. Burnley lucky to get away with a goal kick in the end.
Yeah, they were. It was a little bit slack at the back. It was just Whittaker got away. And Burnley won't be happy. Just on the edge of the 6-yard box, how he got so much space. Be one to look at before the Plymouth game, I would imagine. Caldwell just jumps with O'Grady. He's got it flicked on, but it's out of play for a Burnley throw. I think all in all, as we approach half-time, the board's just being shown to the crowd. I think it's 1 minute. The gaffer will be quite pleased.
Yeah, very satisfactory performance. Obviously, the goal, most important thing, but good chance as well. Good moves from Burnley going forward, and quite a few other good opportunities in addition to the one we scored from.
Oldham perhaps had the better of the last 10 minutes. Maybe that's the only worrying sign as far as Owen Coyle's concerned. John Sheridan will be quite pleased by the way Oldham have come bouncing back. Here's Mayer once more, just gets it wide for Eardley. We're in time added on. I'll make it 30 seconds with the additional minute left. Eardley just inside here once more for Stefan Stam, who will be encouraged to come forward from central defence. Gets it wide for Taylor. Taylor having a run here at Michael Duff, trying to go on the outside of him. He's managed to do that, whips it across towards the far post. It's too deep, and Burnley will come away with it comfortably in the end. The referee will just have a look at his watch, I think. Ball forward from McCann, looking for the chase for Paterson. Hazel across to deal with it. Will want to go back to his keeper if he can. Knocks it square for Stefan Stam. Patterson continues his chase. He's a real worker, Martin Paterson. Clearance from Stam. Long ball that Carlisle deals with. Here's Alexander again to pick up that loose ball. He's done that so well in the first half. We've played that additional minute. I think the referee will have another look at his watch. Alexander just lays it forward towards McDonald. I wonder if the referee's seen enough. Ready to blow. Perhaps McDonald on again for Alexander. Might be one more ball. Chance for Burnley to get forward. The referee blows his whistle just as Eagles collects it 40 yards from goal. Burnley have got the advantage at half-time. Applause from the Burnley crowd. The goal came on 12 minutes. It was a lovely mood. Yeah, definitely more of the same. I think as far as Owen Coyle's concerned, Andy Penn's ready, I think, to get the second half underway. Burnley attacking right to left, and they'll get it underway. Do you think there was going to be a change for Oldham? But it was a steward stood on the far side. That'll tell you they're playing in fluorescent yellow. Ball forward, Carlisle will win. Good header. Chris McCann trying to win the next ball. Just helped forward towards Eagles. Couldn't just quite reach it. Eardley will get this forward. Go through the teams when there's a break in play. Here's Stephen Caldwell. That's a check around, see who's with him. Ball inside for Kalvenes, just keeps it in play. Back to the skipper, Caldwell, swings his left boot at it, looking for Eagles. Nice touch on, finds Chris McCann, he's bombing forward. Elliott wants it, he's looking for Paterson, who's offside. Just tried to stop his run, but couldn't get back in time, and not stop the attack. Might have been better just going on his own there, Chris McCann.
Yeah, I think Paterson had realised it was offside, came back, but was always going to be flagged off. And I think in those positions, Paterson's best off kind of just trying to get himself out of it and let McCann do his thing.
Elliott was screaming for the ball as well on the right-hand side. Here's Fleming with the free kick, looking for Smalley down that right-hand side. There's Kalvenes, had a decent first half. Ball forward, right-footed, looking for Paterson. Stand with him. Paterson took it down on his chest neatly. Nice turn, looking for McDonald. McDonald given up on it, but Paterson did get a ball through. Just caught him on the back of the heel. Here's Ruben Hazel, square towards Lomax. Lomax right-footed, looking for Whittaker. Carlisle under pressure, wants the ball to go out of play. Shields him to get it out of play. Throw into Burnley. Burnley line up like this, Jensen in goal. Back four of Duff, Carlisle, Caldwell, Kalvenes. Alexander in front of the back four. Then Elliott, McDonald, McCann. Eagles across the midfield, up front Paterson, and this will come to Jensen. Not quite what Clarke Carlisle wanted. Eagles can't win the header, and that'll be a throw to Oldham on the halfway line. They line up like this: Fleming in goal, Eardley, Stam, Hazel, Lomax at the back, Whittaker, Elliott, Mayer and Taylor in midfield. Then up front O'Grady and Smalley. Little break here for Stefan Stam. Number 6 coming forward from centre back, picks out Smalley, just kept it in play. Kalvenes hits it against him. It's a bit unfortunate, Smalley, to concede the throw. Remember, Burnley at home on Saturday to Plymouth. Oldham travel to Colchester. They want to maintain their 100% record in the league. Cole did well there, under pressure from O'Grady. It might have been a foul. Header one here by Ruben Hazel, square for Stefan Stam. He's going to look long here. Pumps the ball forward, looking for Taylor. Duff won the header and did well. Finds Elliott. Elliott trying to hook it back to Duff. It's lost out. Lomax on here to Mayer. Ball forward. He's got a touch off Alexander, and that'll be an Oldham throw. Burnley got the advantage in the first half. That Chris McCann goal was on 12 minutes. He had a couple of chances either side of that. It was unfortunate not to score at Sellers Park on Saturday. The goal chalked off by the referee. Carlisle wins the header. McCann will help that on. Cut out easily by Stefan Stam. We thought he was fouled. The linesman having none of it. That'll be a throw to Burnley. Quick drink, I think, for Caldwell. Burnley taking the time with the throw. It's Michael Duff with it. Great to see him back from injury. Getting back towards 100%. That's headed out of play by Lomax. Burnley have gained, what, about 30 yards, 35 yards. This time the throw will be in front of Owen Coyle in the Burnley dugout. Remember, the dugout now moved across. They've swapped nearer the Jimmy Mack end. Elliott, nice ball forward, finds Eagles. Eagles helps it on to Paterson, gets the 1-2. Ball looking towards the middle, headed behind. Chris McCann was the target, but that's the first corner for Burnley. And again, a lovely move.
Yeah, good ball across there, and Oldham did well to clear it. Burnley's first corner of the game.
He had no choice but just to knock it behind, concede the corner. The Eagles across to take it. It'll be an in-swinger. Try and keep it away from the keeper. It's gone in deep. Good ball. Finds Carlisle. Back in towards the box. Headed behind once more. Good pressure from Burnley. It's a lovely corner. Picked out Carlisle at the far post. This time I think Elliott will take it. It's from that far side. Burnley's right-hand side in this second half. Duff making progress in the middle. Well, it's gone in towards the post, the outside of the post. Not quite what Wade Elliott wanted. I'm afraid a bit of a wasted corner in the end.
Yeah, I think it was one of those. It did hit the post, but for the ball to have got there, it must have gone out to play to hit the post.
It caused a little bit of alarm, but for no reason. Fleming takes the goal kick. Play it from the back, Oldham. That's John Sheridan's way. But here's Chris McCann bombing on to win it. That's a good challenge from Mayer. Noticed Elliott had lost out. Mayer won it back. Here's Alexander. Got caught there. That's a free kick. Elliott immediately apologises. Caught Graham Alexander. And that'll be a free kick to Burnley, just inside the Oldham half. Graham Alexander played midfield before. You've got to remember he played a lot of midfield football at Scunthorpe and Luton. It's gone wide to Kalvenes. On here to Eagles. Eagles looking to turn inside, can't get away from his marker. Ball forward from Mayer, picks out O'Grady, clips it wide for Taylor, still inside his own half. Back to Lomax, good play from Oldham, keeping possession, but lost out here, have they? No, Taylor's nicked it back inside the centre circle, looking for options, gets one from Smalley, skips inside Kalvenes. Kalvenes committed himself a little early there, might just fall here for Eardley if he can bomb forward, puts in a cross deep, but behind, and that'll be a goal kick. Well, the two crosses from Eardley, I guess, have been disappointing for Oldham.
Yeah, we've said in the first half that final ball just letting Oldham down, and I think if they've had that killer ball in, someone like Wade Elliott crossing the ball in, then they might have caused Brian Jensen a few more problems than they have done.
Similar position to where Elliott created the goal. Eardley couldn't just find the right cross. Far too long in the end. Goal kick Burnley. Jensen to take it. Carling Cup second round action here at Turf Moor. Burnley leading by a goal to 0. Played Oldham at this stage last year before going out somewhat unfortunately to Portsmouth. That's hit Alexander in the face. Oldham making progress down the left hand side with Taylor. Gets it back to Lomax. Alexander's okay, taking more than that to knock him off his stride. There's McDonald. Nice touch back to his skipper, Stephen Caldwell. Ball forward, finds Eagles. Nice turn from Eagles. Ran into his man. Referee not having any of that. The crowd thought there might have been a foul. Here's Carlisle once more. Puts it wide for Duff. Duff with the ball forward. Offside, I think, against Paterson. Didn't reach him. Hazel won the header, so we're playing on. Next ball forward towards Eagles. Paterson just trying to play the offside trap. Can't reach that. And that'll be easy for Neil Eardley just to tidy up. You can see what Paterson's trying to do. He's trying to just step up and step back. Yeah,
he's playing along the line, just trying to catch the Oldham defenders out, and it only takes one for him to doing it again now.
Chris McCann, that ball just behind McDonald, but retrieved by Eagles. Puts the ball wide for Elliott, looking to put a cross in. It's not his best, and that's gone behind. Having just praised Elliott, that's a goal kick. That wasn't one of his best crosses.
No, we said about the delivery being good, that certainly wasn't one of them. But yeah, we were saying about Martin Paterson there. He is just trying to play just right along that line, just trying to get that extra yard. And it only takes one to break free, and he'd be free on goal and be 2-0 Burnley.
He's trying to be clever, isn't he? He's trying to play between the defenders. Step up, step back, step up, step back, and just try and fox them. The linesman's going to have to watch that. Alexander ball forward, cut out by Hazel. Carlisle will jump here with O'Grady. Just bounced beyond him. Carlisle's got it away wide, but I think Taylor will retrieve. Up against Elliott now. Comes inside. Blonde locks of Chris Taylor. Picks out Mayer. Mayer onto Lomax. Ball forward. Cut out well by Duff. Whilst it's 1-0, it's not a big enough advantage for Burnley. They won't settle. That's stand back to the keeper. Poor kick. It's not his first in the game. Luckily for him, he finds Elliott with it. Coming forward here is Eardley. No invitation required. He'll keep bombing on down that right-hand side. Here's Smalley. Mayer will just feed Eardley once more. Gets it back from Elliott. Ball forward again, looking for Chris O'Grady, but Caldwell was strong. Did well. Remember, Russell Anderson sitting in the wings. Given away by McDonald. That was a poor pass. Unfortunate. Elliott looking again, but it's cut out well by Duff. But he's found Taylor. Bounced off Taylor. Somewhat fortunate. He might have a shot here. Just helped it on to Whittaker. Whittaker's got a shot on him. Clips one back in there. It's a good header away by Clarke Carlisle, but not properly away. Missed kick from Mayer. There's Elliott just to tidy it. Good spell from the visitors. Burnley lead, but it's Oldham just applying the pressure at the minute. Ball through the middle once more for Whittaker. Just gone down this right-hand side again for Eardley. Looking to put a cross in. It's dangerous. Carlisle needs to get there. He put Chris O'Grady off, I think. Header well wide of the target in the end. But it's given some encouragement to the Athletic followers.
Yeah, they certainly had a good move there, passing the ball around really well and getting the ball into the box and putting Brian Jensen under a little bit more pressure than we really saw in the first half.
Yeah, just that one yellow card in the first half. Wade Elliott. Just looking at Burnley's yellows, Blake, Carlisle, McDonald and Paterson, the last three were on Saturday when Ian Williamson got a little card happy. Jensen with the kick. There will be suspensions as the season goes on. Header from Eagles. Couldn't just settle for Paterson. He was hoping he'll keep it in play, but throwing it is. Here's Hazel. Quickly on for Stefan Stamp. On his left peg. He'll go forward here. Down that left-hand side. Header won. Uncomfortably won. Alexander across there to just get the better of Whittaker. Applause from Chris Eagles. Good effort from Graham Alexander. But it is a throw to Oldham. Not taken from the right position by Ruben Hayes, but the referee seems happy enough. Square for Stefan Stamp. New purpose to Oldham in this second half. They're looking certainly to get at Burnley a little bit more. Down that left-hand side for Lomax. Guess the next goal is going to be crucial here. Thought Taylor was offside there, and the linesman agrees. He's just got that habit of pushing on, hasn't he, Chris Taylor, and just getting caught offside.
Yeah, I've seen that once, twice already, and caught offside quite easily again that time. Just noticing as well that I don't think we've got the multi-ball system in play tonight. I don't know whether that's tactical. Obviously, the home team can choose whether or not they choose to deploy that particular method, and tonight's one of the days. I mean, we usually do see it in play, don't we? But obviously chosen not to for this evening.
Change for Burnley in a moment, I think. Let's just wait and see what happens there. Paterson chasing this one down as he kept it in play, but only for Eardley. Unfortunate there, Northern Ireland international. Hazel on for Stam. I think it's going to be Joey Guðjónsson. We get confirmation now in a moment or two. Here's Stam. Ball playing centre half. He'll look to try and release Smalley down this right-hand side. Kalvenes under pressure, wins the header, but nods it behind. And that's a corner for Oldham. I don't think Burnley will make the change just yet. Under pressure, Kalvenes trying to head it back to his keeper. Got too much width on it. And this is an opportunity for Oldham. They've brought a good following on that far side. It's their second corner of the night. Swung in, bit of space here. This could be dangerous if Eardley can connect with this. It's got deflected. Eagles chests it away. Not away properly, but that'll be a throw to Burnley. Just caught off guard a little. Eardley got some space there.
Yeah, certainly again that corner. I think there's two subs coming on down here as well. I'm not sure. Robbie Blake on the left-hand side by the looks of it.
Yeah, we just await the changes. McDonald coming off. Joey Guðjónsson on. See what the other changes. It's Robbie Blake, as Dave said. He's coming on for Michael Duff. So maybe a change in shape for Burnley. Michael Duff being eased back into action a little bit.
Alexander's gone over to play right back now. Although he's had a good game playing in front of the back four. I think he's been a pivotal position there and has plenty of the ball. I think he's waiting instructions here, is he?
Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion in the Burnley ranks. Who's going where? I think Alexander is going to right back. He's just waiting for the final confirmation. That Guðjónsson alongside McCann. Let's just see where Blake picks up here. Just, I think, the head of the midfield. So I think it's more now 4-4-1-1 with Blake further forward than Alexander. Is that right?
Yeah, I think Blake might just play in the hole behind Paterson, possibly. That might be the thinking there.
Yep, that's the way it looks. Certainly Robbie Blake had a good game when he came on at Sellers Park. Burnley needed a bit more creativity at that stage. He's in possession now, looking for Eagles. Gave Eagles no chance there. Eardley caught it, certainly cut it out. Ball on here for Stamp. So Burnley gone 4-4-1-1, if you will. Eagles playing left-hand side of midfield. Elliott right-hand side. Guðjónsson and McCann, the partnership in the middle. He's come down this right-hand side with Smalley. Smalley goes to the floor, not quite sure why. He didn't get caught by Kalvenes, I don't think. Here's Guðjónsson. Might just help it on to Elliott. The player still down is Smalley. Looks in some discomfort. Let's see what happens here. Elliott puts the ball in. Taken down neatly by Eagles, just to the floor. No penalty given. And the referee having none of it. And Oldham don't look too impressed with the way Eagles went down. He certainly twisted. Whether there was any contact or not, it's difficult to tell from here.
It looked a little bit theatrical. We've got a situation now, there's two players down the floor. Oldham have got a player down by the halfway line, and Chris Eagles is down in the box. And is it his ankle he's holding there?
Discomfort. I think he was trying to turn with the ball and just almost seemed to fall where he was. And that's a worry for Burnley. What they don't want tonight is any injuries. Dean Smalley just being attended almost on the halfway line. It's the first time I think the trainers have been on. I think Stefan Stam realises there was a problem there immediately. He went to Eagles just to make sure he's all right. I think he's going to be okay, isn't he, thankfully?
Yeah, he's sat up now, but he was down for a while. It did look a little bit concerning there, as if he might have just, I don't know, caught his ankle in the turf when he was turning. I'm not sure.
But they've only got one more change they can make. The remaining subs: Diego Penny, the reserve keeper, Adi Akinbiyi, Alan Mahon, Stephen Jordan, and Russell Anderson. Still 5 to choose. What do you make of 7 subs?
Well, maybe it's a way to boost the numbers inside the grounds for these League Cup matches.
I think does it favour the Premiership clubs? It must do, mustn't it, in the Premier League?
Well, it does, because they've got the opportunity for the actual Premiership matches to have 7 on the bench, so it's something that they probably will get use of week in, week out, and will probably get an advantage of having that option every week, whereas league sides aren't going to have that option. It seems odd to have it for one competition, not for others. Why have it for the League Cup and not for Championship games, League One and League Two?
I think there's a problem there. It'll mean there'll be less players going out on loan away from the Premiership, unfortunately. Eagles on his feet. He's had some lengthy treatment, but I'm afraid Dean Smalley's still getting treatment. Boot off. Looks like he's got an injury to his right foot. I didn't see any contact with Kalvenes. It looked like he hurt himself after the challenge. And Smalley just about to put his boot back on. I think both players will be able to come back on. So that's a lengthy delay. We're past the hour mark. Guðjónsson boots the ball back. It'll be a goal kick for Oldham. And Guðjónsson hit that with some power.
Yeah, you could hear the noise from I think from anywhere on that one. It was just hit the ball back, and Eagles looks to be all right. He looks to be running around fairly easily now, and whatever problem it was doesn't seem to have affected him.
Greg Fleming wasn't impressed in the goal. I think he expected to get it back in his hands, and it was a real thud behind him. Here's Taylor trying to take on Burnley. He's done well, gets past 2. Good challenge though from Clarke Carlisle. Tidying up, realised there was a problem, got there quickly. Elliott for Eagles. Comes inside nicely, Eagles. Got away from 1. This is what you want to see him running through the middle. Oh, it's a super run from Eagles. Can he finish it? It's got a deflection. Might still fall for Burnley. It has. Paterson's finished it. Super run from Chris Eagles. He made the first. He's made the second. Great run through the middle. Easy enough for Martin Paterson. But that's Burnley's goal. It's his 4th of the season. Burnley lead 2-0. What a run from Chris Eagles.
Yeah, that's what we want to see from Chris Eagles. He saw in the first half. He had a shot, but he held back that time. He didn't hold back. He went forward. The keeper could only parry it, and who was there to score? None other than Martin Paterson.
He likes this competition. It's a similar goal to his 2nd at Bury. But, they all count. Doesn't matter. They'll be in the record books at the end of the season. 14 in all competitions last year, and he's already got 4 for Burnley, and there's extra energy in his stride. Ball forward immediately for Chris O'Grady. I wonder if that means we're going to see 1 or 2 changes for the visitors, but he's a good run from Taylor. Looks to try and pick out Whittaker, but it's cleared by Burnley. Burnley buzzing a little now. Here's Robbie Blake. He's going to look for Eagles, is he? Helps it on to McCann. McCann did well just to reach it, sliding. Smalley's done well here, but given away to Kalvenes. What a tidy game.
McCann's down there. I think he felt that challenge.
And the Oldham player down as well. He never gives up, does he, Chris McCann? Was that a ball just to leave, maybe? He wasn't going to reach it?
Yeah, you wonder why he was going in for that one, because he's obviously come off, come off worse. They both down the floor hobbling. Well, it's one where there was no real need for him to go in with the gusto that he did there.
It's McCann, isn't it? He gives you 100%. Saw the ball, slid in, no studs up, but slid in, and he's taken a bang to the side of the leg. The referee just seen if he's okay. The trainer's come on, so he'll have to go off the field of play before he can come back on again. Hobbling, although I think the referee's just allowed him on there. Is he going to stay on? I think he is. Meanwhile, is Carlisle getting some treatment? He is. I think Carlisle will have to go off the field of play. You'll have to explain that one to me, how McCann can stay on and Carlisle can't.
Seems like, a little bit of inconsistency there.
Well, I don't know if it was the Burnley trainer that saw to Chris McCann. I wonder if that makes a difference. Was it the Burnley trainer?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a strange one. Carlisle's off the field of play. McCann's going to be okay. Throw to Oldham. And I think Burnley will get the ball back. Interesting where this goes from Mark Elliott. It's gone for a throw. Not sure about that. Joey Guðjónsson, maybe he just conceded the goal kick. Be interesting if Oldham contest this throw. It's a bit naughty, but let's just see what happens here. To be fair to Oldham, I don't think they're going to try and end Burnley in. Be Kalvenes with the throw. A little bit different. I mean, they weren't happy when Guðjónsson booted it out of play for a goal kick. Blake trying to head it down. Burnley lead here 2-0, remember. McCann and Paterson the scorers. Paterson trying to chest it down for Blake. Gave Blake a bit to do there. Here's Smalley. Whittaker ahead of him, just going to use Elliott. Alex picked out Whittaker. Still dangerous, Oldham. Game far from over as far as Burnley are concerned. Caldwell will keep this in play. He's got himself, well, it's a corner. Must have come off Caldwell last of all. And Burnley won't want to concede too many corners quite like that. Mayer across to take it. Already seen Oldham have been at the most dangerous from Mayer set pieces. It's a right wing corner. Everybody back for Burnley. Swung in by Mayer. It's gone towards the near post. Cleared by Burnley, by Elliott. And that bounced awkwardly for Oldham. Paterson nearly benefited. Eardley helped it on. Given away. Chance for Guðjónsson to get it forward. Blake's in space. See what he can do here. Will he get there ahead of the keeper? The keeper's done ever so well, Fleming. Did really well. Saw the danger and had to fling himself at the ball to win it. He wouldn't have fancied up against Paterson in that situation, I don't think, would he?
No, he did well in the end, but he was leaving himself open to all sorts of trouble. Another yard behind there, and it was either there for Blake to chip the ball over him, or he could have ended up clattering into Blake and giving away a silly foul and possibly a red card.
Indeed, yeah. Ball forward from O'Grady. Now to play. Here's the changes, and it's going to be 3 changes, I think, which doesn't help me. We'll try and do the very best we can here. 3 changes it is. I think one of them is going to be Lee Hughes. That won't surprise you back home. Hughes on. O'Grady off. Again, that's not a surprise. The youngsters battled hard. But John Sheridan will want his top striker on now. That's 1 change. Hughes for O'Grady. 1 or 2 boos for Lee Hughes. He's having a fantastic run at the moment. Cheers from the Oldham end. Coming off here is Kevin Mayer. A bit surprised by that. And this replacement, we'll just find out in a moment. It's Kieran Lee, the former Manchester United player. Places Mayer. Lee can play central midfield. The other change is Smalley. He's just taken a knock moments ago. Coming off, and we're busily with the 4th official trying to make sure the board's right, and that's the last change, and that introduces that Alexandra. We'll just have to get that confirmed. We need to see his number if it'll oblige. I think it is Alexandra. We'll get it confirmed, yeah. So that's Oldham's 3 changes. I think John Sheridan realises he needs something pretty quick. Alexandra's got a bit of pace. Carlisle hooks that back towards the keeper. Was that a back pass? Jensen's knocked it wide.
I don't see how that can be a back pass if Carlisle's reaching to tow it. It's almost going to the top corner, and Jensen's got to save it.
It's a corner. It was a bit of a scare. The referee waved play on immediately, and they took the corner quickly. Taylor battling around the far side. I'm not sure that was a free kick, to be honest, against Alexander. Alexander's absolutely amazed. Taylor maybe just trying to get on the outside of him. And this has just given Oldham a bit of a lift. We're halfway through the second half. Burnley leading 2-0. And the League One side coming bouncing back a little here. Free kick it is. Everybody up for Oldham. Man to watch here, I think, is going to be Ruben Hazel. We've got to keep a close eye on him. Swung in towards the near post, punched away by Jensen. Did well. Ball back in, cleared by Carlisle. Deflected off his own man and out for a throw-in. Again, just lifts the Oldham fans on that far side, but Burnley leading here 2-0. It's with Taylor once more, a bit more trickery from him. Just run into trouble, but it's a ball in, and it's dangerous. Hazel coming to try and meet it, it's bouncing around in there, might still fall in there. It's a great save from Jensen. Down to his right-hand side, looked like acrobatics, and somehow turned away. It was Alexandra almost with his first touch. And I'll tell you what, that's a super save from Jensen. Ball back in from the corner. Jensen needs to come and collect this, does. That's great keeping. What a good save that was at his near post.
Well, we had 2 saves there, 2 fantastic saves. That one down towards his right there, just to palm the ball away. Maybe a suspicion of offside, but did well and made the save and palmed it away for a corner.
Yeah, upped it over his body, Alexander. He did look beyond the last defender, but Jensen, great save to his right-hand side. Burnley on the attack here with Elliott, leading 2-0, remember. Maybe still Burnley might need another goal. That's given away, though. It's just too far ahead of Eagles. Down this right-hand side for Kieran Lee. He scored a goal for United against Crewe a couple of years ago. Brought him to the attention. It was on Sky Sports. This is Jensen's again. Good keeping. I mean, he's had a fairly quiet evening, hasn't he? But, you know, that's a sign of a good keeper. He's made a damn good save at a crucial time.
Yeah, he's done what he's needed to this second half with 2 fantastic saves there, and kept Burnley back in the game.
Yeah, Burnley certainly attacking a little more with Blake ahead of the midfield. Here's Chris McCann. Oh, that's a poor ball. Give Alexander a lot to do. Taylor in pursuit. Alexander hooks it forward, but out of play. It's a little sloppy. Done a lot of good things tonight, Chris McCann. Ball down that left-hand side for Lomax. Offside here for Lee Hughes, and it wasn't close. He's a danger man, isn't he, Lee Hughes? Got a lot of goals, almost 200 career goals. I mean, even if they got a goal back now, Oldham, they'd still fancy their chances of getting it extra time. Yeah,
he's always played at a higher level than he's playing at now as well in recent years when he has been playing, and he's always a dangerous player. We know what he's capable of, and he's a goal scorer.
Well publicised at a couple of years out of the game. Scored twice for West Brom against Burnley 5 years ago, but doing well at Oldham. Header won by Stam. Here's Kieran Lee again. Ball forward, looking for Alexander. He's done well this season. Davis has been out since the sending off at Rochdale. Alexander's done well. Wants to keep his place. Pushed by Caldwell. The linesman's flagging, and the referee will bring play back. Just, I think, push in the back. The skipper just shakes his head. Not happy with the decision. Important time for Burnley. Be great to get a clean sheet for the Clarets. Taken by Eardley. Ball forward, Taylor trying to win it. I think it's come off Taylor, so it'll be a goal kick. That clean sheet's important, isn't it? We keep emphasising that after the problems in the first 2 league games. Owen Coyle won a clean sheet tonight.
Yeah, it's vital. I think that the first few games you saw the way we were conceding goals. You knew you'd have to score 3 or 4 to even be in a game. So the fact now, obviously the clean sheet against Crystal Palace, albeit against 9 men for the last half hour or so, and certainly tonight so far is a promising sign going forward.
Kick from Jensen. Stam was always going to beat Blake to that. Here's Chris McCann once more. Wide by Elliott to Alexander. Alexander with the ball forward. Cut out just. No, it's not kept in play. And Burnley trying to break down that right. Look close. It didn't help Burnley, that decision. Blake's just lost out here, I think. Ball from Taylor. Just feeds Kieran Lee down this right-hand side. And look, Chris Eagles, well, back from injury, Lee. Finds Eardley. Back inside for Lee. Eardley once more. Burnley defending well, just trying to keep tight to the fluorescent yellow shirts of Oldham. Oh, slip from Stam. Oh, and Burnley nearly capitalised. Just got away with it, the Dutchman. Hazel knocks it back to his keeper just to be safe. Big clearance from Fleming. Header won by Caldwell under pressure. Guðjónsson gets it wide for Alexander. Guðjónsson hoofs it forward. I think Eagles is going to be offside here. And the linesman does raise his flag. Just behind the defence. Free kick for Oldham. The substitutions have made a bit of a difference for them.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more pace for them. Obviously, Hughes in particular up front as well gives them another option, and Burnley just need to have the wits about them in the last 15 minutes or so.
Here's Blake, got a good touch there. Just helped it on towards Paterson. Looking again for McCann. Those runs are a real trademark of his game at the minute. Just bounces up at Guðjónsson in the face as he tried to bring it forward. He'll win it again. Knocks it back to Cole. Gave Cole a bit to do, and the skipper did well. But his long ball is not his best. But in fairness, he had work to collect the ball, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And obviously a hopeful ball forward, and no one really was going to get on the end of that one.
Yeah, I think the first thing to do there was to collect the ball. Might just fall here though for Whittaker. He'll fancy a crack left-footed. That's hit the Burnley defender. Guðjónsson, I think, gone down. It's Kieran Lee. He's got an overlap with Eardley. Puts the ball in. It's used to flick on. Don't think Taylor, will he keep that in play? No. He'll throw into Burnley. Guðjónsson feeling the effect of that. The referee's just checking on him. I think he's okay. Just feeling his back, I think. He's trying to get out of the way a bit, I think. Throw back to Carlisle. Burnley leading here 2-0. Goals on 12 minutes and 63 minutes. McCann and Paterson, the scorers. That gave Kalvenes a lot to do from Carlisle. The crowd getting a bit uneasy. And Burnley've played well in the main. Got to be careful not to surrender possession. Kieran Lee with it. He's going to leave it. Local lad Kieran Lee. Throw here from Mark Hallett. Gets it deep in there. Caldwell trying to win. There's a handball in there. And that's a free kick. The referee has a right if he wants to book for an intentional handball. Andy Penn elected not to on that occasion. Chase for Elliott on that far side. He'll get there. Tried to knock it past Lomax. Wins himself a throw. It's good work from Wade Elliott. He's gone further wide, I think, today than he has in recent games. Here's Paterson, scorer Burnley's second. Burnley lead here 2-0. Leaves it for Elliott. Elliott runs into trouble. Breaks free for Paterson. Can he get a cross in? He's working hard down that side. Swings a ball in. Hazel hooks it away. Elliott will collect. Needs support. He's won himself another throw. It's good work on that far side from Wade Elliott. Takes it quickly, though. Alexander gets the ball back from Eagles. Looks to put a ball in towards Paterson. He's up against Stefan Stam. Nice touch. Finds Eagles. What can he do here, Eagles? Can he whip a ball back? He can. Looking towards the far post from McCann. Just got a header on it, Eardley. Did well. The fullback did well there because McCann was approaching it from the far post. Lovely play from Burnley. Kalvenes trying to win the next header. Eardley will clear his lines. Again, it was McCann at the far post. He's trying to get on the end of everything for Burnley. A bit of pushing and shoving there. Alexander just got away with it. Back to Jensen. Carlisle thought he was fouled by Luis Alexandra. Guðjónsson battles to win the next header. Probably one of the smaller players on the pitch, but decent in the air. And that'll be a Burnley throw. What, less than 15 minutes left, Dave, and so far so good, I think, for Burnley.
Yeah, I mean, we're expecting a very stern test from Oldham today. They have created some chances, but Burnley have looked comfortable for the most part this evening.
It's important that Burnley get some home form going. Play Plymouth here on Saturday. In the main, I think the gaffer will be quite pleased. Here's Blake, just trying to take the ball down. Will collect it, though. He's got Kieran Lee for company. Lovely turn from Robbie Blake. Vintage Robbie Blake. He's making progress through the middle. Might fancy a crack here. On his right foot, what can he do? Hits it against the defender. It's covered from Stam, I think. Here's McCann. Gets it wide for Kalvenes. Getting forward from left back. Swings in across. Elliott won't win that. Headed away by Whittaker, but not properly away. Flying kick in there, which wasn't best advised from Mark Allett. Not quite sure what he was doing there, but the boots were high. 8 against 8, and Guðjónsson got caught, I think, in the face.
That was like a judo kick to the head. I don't know quite what he was thinking there, but he was lucky to get away without a yellow card for that one.
Watching Kung Fu Panda, I think. That was a bit of that. There was certainly waist-high, chest-high. Not quite sure what Mark Allett was trying to do there. Not cautioned. Andy Penn, I think, seen it as a moment of madness. He's not a big carder of players. Burnley going to hit this through Guðjónsson. Hits it well, but wide of the target. I think he was slicing it, and it was going further and further right. One of these days, Jimmy Guðjónsson is going to score an absolute cracker from there.
Well, we've certainly got some options, haven't we, with the likes of Guðjónsson and Blake and Eagles on the pitch for free kicks. So it's something that Burnley certainly need to make the most of this season. And you hope you're going to see 3 or 4 goals from that kind of scenario as the season goes on.
Caldwell wins the header. Blake can't just reach it. Guðjónsson wins the next ball. It's going square to Stamp. Long ball over the top looking for Hughes. And Jensen will have to be alert here. Wants the ball to go out of play, does he? No, he'll collect it now. Pick it up eventually. Lee Hughes will put him under pressure. Playful tap on the shoulder from the former West Brom man. And Jensen will kick this out of his hands. Just over 10 minutes left in this. Burnley leading by 2-0. McCann and Paterson, the scorers. This might break here for Guðjónsson. Might still fall for Paterson. Real chance, he scored. Super finish. Loves this competition. Left foot strike past the keeper. It's Burnley 3, Oldham Athletic 0. Martin Paterson 5th for the season, and surely that's game over.
Yeah, took his goal fantastically well there. You just wonder whether there was going to be a whistle going for a little bit of pull in there, but used his muscle well. Ball came down and blasted it into the net and gave Fleming no chance in the Oldham goal.
Yeah, 5 for the season. 4 of those might be in this competition, but I tell you what, it doesn't matter. I think we're going to see a change here. It's Chris McCann making his way off. He's had a good game for me. And, well, he's had a fine game. Alan Mahon on to replace him. Need to run out Alan Mahon. We've just seen a replay of the goal. Long ball from the back. And Paterson did well. Fell to him. Left foot shot. Keeper no chance. He certainly has got a finish on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that it's kick from Brian Jensen upfield. Good long kick up to maybe 20-25 yards out, something like that, and ball fell well for Paterson and he took his chance.
Another look at it. Oldham was sort of confused, I think, by the distance of the kick. He gets some criticism for his kicking, but on that occasion that was A1. Ruben Hazel will touch it back to the keeper. It's a bit like deja vu, isn't it? It was 3-0 last year and 3-0 now.
Yeah, I mean, similar games in some respects, and Burnley have just done really well. And
forward looking for Paterson, just offside. He's continuing. He's hit the post, but the flag's been up about 5 minutes. One or two of the crowd getting excited, but he was offside, there was no doubt about it.
Definitely offside there, and the flag went up early. But yeah, just saying 3-0 last season, 3-0 this season, and Burnley have done the job basically, done it very well, and certainly looking forward to the draw on Saturday now.
Free kick here. Caldwell just stretching over Lee Hughes. Free kick taken quickly, but Andy Penn not happy. Wants it bringing back. Probably Oldham won't be unhappy with that because they didn't take the kick too well. It's central. You would think amongst them they would fancy a crack here. Eardley looks like he wants it. Lee Hughes wants it. It's central. It's 25 yards from goal. Burnley want a clean sheet, and Brian Jensen will want one. He's made a great save from Alexander at 2-0. Let's see what can happen here. It's Hughes and Eardley over the ball. Andy Penn making sure that wall goes back. There's an older man in it. Just look to me like it might be Eardley. He's just stepping back a pace or two. Andy Penn just telling him you're waiting for him a whistle. He whistles. Chance here for Oldham. It's central, 25 yards from goal. And Eardley will hit this. Leaves it for Hughes. Hughes clips it over the wall and over the bar. Nice free kick, but never on target. And Burnley have got themselves a goal kick. In fact, I think it was Whittaker, I beg your pardon, that hit that. You'll understand why there's confusion between the two. It was a good effort from Danny Whittaker, just over the bar. I think, as I said before, Burnley will want to maintain this great record in recent years against Oldham. It's 26 years since Athletic won here. Burnley have won 8 of the last 11 at Turf Moor. Here's Chris Eagles, had a good game, making progress here. He's lost out. You want him to keep running with the ball. Great challenge from Stephen Caldwell. Eardley elected almost to sit on the ball there because he was under pressure. Did clear it in the end. Caldwell again winning the ball. He's had a good game. Here's Eagles, took it down neatly. Oh, super pass if he can find Mahon. It is cleared though by Hazel. Battling away there is Caldwell, finds Kalvenes. Mahon just gives that away. Not his best pass, but trying to win it back with Kieran Lee. Breaks here for Mark Allen. Burnley leading 3-0. McCann with 1, Paterson with 2. Fantastic run he's having in the competition. 4 goals in the 2 ties. Through ball and chance here for Hughes perhaps. He'll meet it right-footed. Good save. He's to pick himself up. Touched wide by Carlisle. That'll be a corner. Carlisle's been caught. But it was a good save again from Jensen.
Yeah, I think the referee's given the foul in the end, doesn't he, on Carlisle rather than the corner. But Jensen did well again, did all that asked of him, parried the ball away, and Carlisle finished the job off, but was fouled in the follow-up, I think.
Spot on. Hughes just making sure Carlisle's okay. They were both chasing the parry. Did well. That's his strength, I think. Is it one-on-one, Jensen, when he's meeting an attacker?
Well, we've had that, and we've also made a couple of good saves to his right as well. So we've had 3 good saves from Brian Jensen this second half.
Like a dog with a bone, he wants to keep hold of that shirt. He does play well under competition. Eagles done well here, trying to cut inside. Maybe he should have just used Paterson. Ruben Hazel comes away with it. Nice play from Hazel, but then runs into trouble, just as I praised him. Touch on here from Mahon. Blake's going to try and find Paterson, who's offside. Just going to watch that. It's over-eagerness, I think, more than anything, isn't it? Just straight offside. Yeah,
he was just off there, but as I said before, he gets into those positions, and for every 2 or 3 he gets caught offside, one of them is going to get away and have an opportunity.
Yep, it's going to be a home win for Burnley unless something dramatic happens, and Burnley haven't won at home since March, end of March, when Barnsley were defeated here in atrocious conditions 2-1. Burnley will want that. They beat Inverness, of course, pre-season. Ball wide here from Elliott, kept in by Taylor. He's been one of Oldham's more impressive players. He's on the run now. Let's see what he can do. Runs into Guðjónsson. Just nicks it past him, though. There's a run from Eardley if he can be found. Nice turn here from Kieran Lee. Gets it back to Taylor. Oldham still coming at Burnley. That's well wide of the target. And that's a goal kick. I mean, 1 or 2 impressive players, but perhaps Chris Taylor's shone above them all.
Yeah, he's played well, and Lee's looked fairly lively since he came on as well. He obviously is reasonably young still, got quite a little bit of potential, but they look a decent outfit to Oldham. Obviously they're not going to come away with anything tonight, but you can see the way they pass the ball around. Obviously they've not had their main starting 11 out today either, so that might have had an impact as well, but you can perhaps see why they're where they are, albeit very early stages of the season so far.
Fantastic start. Going to give the attendance 5,528, I think the attendance given. 5,500. It's about where we thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think particularly with an away following of over 1,500, then that's pretty much what we thought before the game, wasn't it?
I know there's been a little bit of unease trying to predict these attendances. Here's Eagles, on to Blake. You were looking at the attendance for the game last year. Was that around the same?
There's quite a few more than that.
Was it? Was there? Okay. That's far side looking for Elliott. He's just trying to touch it back to Graham Alexander. Flick on, just can't find Paterson, but Paterson chasing away here. Ganging up on Stefan Stam with Robbie Blake. Throw to Burnley. Nicely found to Eagles. Eagle tried an audacious flick. Lots have come off, but that didn't. Alexandra just getting it back to Kieran Lee. And Lewis Alexandra's done well since he came on. 1 or 2 boos for Hughes. He's found Lee. Lee just trying to help it through. That's a good challenge from Kalvenes. He's done well again this evening. Joey Guðjónsson looking down the channels for Paterson, but can't find him. Thumps it into the advertising hoardings again.
Paterson looks like he needs a rest. I think he's run his socks off tonight, hasn't he?
Might be the last change. I mean, there's only 3 minutes left in the game, but the gaffer might just want to let him have a standing ovation from the crowd. Forward again towards Lewis Alexandra. Just going to help it on here. Shot from Whittaker. Sorry, Dave.
We've had 3 substitutions already, Mark.
We have. Yeah, I beg your pardon. Sorry, I do beg your pardon. There's confusion, isn't it, with the 7 on the bench? There's still so many of them there. I was getting confused. You're right. Alan Mahon need to run out. Play a big part in Burnley's season. Jensen in no hurry to take the goal kick. But it's Plymouth on Saturday. Big game for Burnley. We need to get some points because there's a 2-week break then, isn't there?
Yeah, it's one of those. I think we seem to have a reasonable record, certainly up here against Plymouth. Not very good down at their place, but it's certainly a game that Burnley will be looking to win on the back of a very good performance and result tonight.
It's been a decent performance. Kieran Lee just dived in there, caught Robbie Blake. The referee realises it's nothing serious. Just awards the free kick down the left-hand side. 25 yards from goal. And if Blake fancies a crack here, might do. He scored against Palace from a similar situation last season. I think he wants the skipper to get at the far post. Eagles in there as well. He'll swing this in swinger towards the far post. Let's see if it foxes the keeper. It's too much on it. Over the bar. Looks disappointed. There'll be a goal kick to Oldham. Importantly, doesn't seem like Burnley have picked up any knocks either. Let's hope McCann's okay.
Yeah, I've had 1 or 2 bits of treatment, obviously McCann in particular and also Eagles, but yeah, they don't look to be too many problems. I think the substitutions were tactical ones and come through unscathed, I think, on the whole.
Ball back to Fleming. Don't think he had any real chance with any of the 3 goals. Burnley look like they're going to win well here. Lewis Alexander will chase that, but Caldwell, who's had a good game, wins it. Here's Eagles. Paterson starts his run. Just got back on side. But Stam did well. Ball forward from Stam. Looking for Alexandra. Kalvenes to it first. He's only found Kieran Lee with that. Upped on to Eardley. We're inside the final minute of normal time here. Not going to extra time or penalties tonight. Draws on Saturday lunchtime. Not seeded, as Dave said earlier. So basically Burnley could pull anybody out. And Burnley just trying to win the ball on the far side with Eagles. He looks fine after that knock early. He's chasing around very enthusiastically. Here's Ruben Hazel. Helps it on to Eardley. Eardley with the ball forward. Given away. It's not his best. Caldwell cuts it out. He's had a good game, Stephen Caldwell. Ball forward from Mahon. Blake does well. Nice turn. Waiting for Paterson to make his run, perhaps. Paterson might have been offside when Blake was looking to deliver. and did very sensibly with that, and just knocks it square to Mahon. Mahon on quickly to Alexander. There's 3 minutes of added time. It's just a shame there. Blake was set up to try and feed Paterson, but he was offside, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, and even when Blake checked and stopped, Paterson was still offside, so...
Twice, you can't ask for anything more than that. He looked twice, Robbie Blake, and Paterson had just got ahead of the defence. Clearance forward. 3 minutes of added time. Here's Kieran Lee. Alexander looks a decent player. Ball down this right-hand side looking for Eardley. Cut out by Kalvenes. A workman-like game. Here's Blake running to trouble, but Kalvenes will tidy up. Mahon will just give it him back. That wasn't the best of balls. Kalvenes slid in, but we're playing on because Oldham in possession. Mark Elliott helps it on to Alexandra. Lewis Alexandra just knocks it square. Chance here for Whittaker. Drags it well wide, and it was well wide. And I think that could be Oldham's last chance of the game.
Well, I think with a minute of the 3 played, it's job done for Burnley, and looking forward to the draw on Saturday into the last 32, and obviously all the 8 Premiership sides who are in European competition coming at that stage as well. We know that not all of them are going to play their the strongest sides, but certainly there's a few possible glamour ties in there, as well as the possibility of picking up another side from a lower league who's got through as well, so you never quite know in the 3rd round of the League Cup.
TV as well plays a part, doesn't it? Burnley would love to bring a big side here, get the TV cameras on it. Caldwell did well, heads it back to his keeper. It's difficult to pick out players, but Stephen Cole's had a bit of criticism, the heavy defeats, but he's played well today.
Yeah, he's looked very assured today. I think him and Carlisle have had a good partnership at the back today, and not too many troubles in that area.
Jensen does well with that clearance. Burnley can't just collect it. Just wonder if Paterson's picked a knock-up. He's okay. It's gone out of play. Square across the back line, and Neil Eardley, 90-year-old skipper, is furious. Blake trying to help it on. Did look handball from Eardley, gets away with it. There's Carlisle just to tidy up. Uses Kalvenes. We're in the final minute of time added on. Feeds Blake. Blake backheel. That wasn't going to quite work. He'll try anything when you're 3 up. Here's Mark Elliott. Runs into Guðjónsson. Good challenge. Feeds Eagles. Eagles caught here. He's playing on, I think, the referee. It's a good decision. That was a strong challenge from Ruben Hazel. And I think the referee says we'll have that as a free kick, thanks. Not the best of challenges in the game, was it? I think that's right, to be honest. The referee's, he's given a bit of leniency, hasn't he, throughout the game, but that was industrial, to say the least. Yeah,
I think he actually did get a bit of the ball on the way through as well, but he got quite a bit of Chris Eagles' leg as well there. It was a poor challenge, and getting a yellow card. Was that Oldham's first yellow card of the game?
Elliott and Hazel. Andy Penn's not a big shower of cards, but I think he thought that wasn't the prettiest of tackles. Ruben Hazel's a bit disappointed. As Dave said, he might have got a bit of the ball. It's a trainee at Aston Villa some years ago. Perhaps best remembered in his days at Tranmere. I think we'll just about have time for the free kick. Robbie Blake says, you bet you have. I fancy this, it's central. He wants Andy Penn to get the wall back. It is Robbie Blake territory. 3-0 last year. Robbie Blake a chance to make it 4-0. And I think this will be the last kick of the game. Let's see what Robbie Blake does here. The wall's back. It's 30 yards, perhaps a little bit more from goal. It's a great effort, just wide of the target. And I think that'll be that. And all in all, Dave, a good win for Burnley.
Yeah, certainly good performance tonight. 3 good goals, and job well done. Owen Coyle will be pleased with that performance and the result tonight.
Thanks, Dave. Andy Penn obliges with the final whistle. Burnley won it by 3-0. The first goal on 12 minutes. Super effort from Chris McCann. Header just turning backwards, clipped it in towards the far post after a great run from Elliott. Good ball from Chris Eagles. Chris Eagles created the second. Great run through the middle. And his shot was parried towards Martin Paterson, who made no mistake from close range. And it was Paterson, 10 minutes from time, that sealed the victory. Long ball over the top from Brian Jensen. Confusion at the back for Athletic. And there was Paterson, left-footed beyond the keeper. His 5th goal of the season, 4th in this competition.